Cheers, Jim.
Welcome, Rex.
Well, thank you. This is our second or third visit to Charles Krug Winery in the Napa Valley, and of course, the oldest winery right here in Napa Valley. And
That's what I've heard.
yeah, well, you're the one that told me.
Oh, I guess that's
there you
true
go.
then.
Tell us what's going on with you guys.
Crowds are back. People want to get back. They've had 2 years of being at home. And
Oh, we forgot to take a sip. I'm sorry.
Oh, wait. Yes, we should do that.
Jim and I get talking. We forget to take a sip of wine.
Don't worry. We have an open bottle. We'll take care of the rest.
Okay.
No, we're just finding that it's like people are hungry to get back to doing normal things like visiting a tasting room and doing experiences and coming to Napa Valley and it has been. We've been kind of blown away at how many people want to come here. So
how's the staffing for you guys? Because that's an issue some folks are experiencing. We want to do a lot of events, we want to do big events, but we're having problems getting staff.
Yeah, so we're just living within our within our means.
Sure.
It's not just finding a body, but it's finding the right staff
that
can present our wines in the right way.
Sure.
And we've just rounded out our team
for the
summer, so it's like we finally got that together. We're going to start pizza service on May 15th.
Oh wow, great.
So pizzas out in the cabanas will be starting back up every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Right.
So staffing, we're there. It
has been good to hear.
Been a challenge.
Right. And then the Napa Valley Wine Train stops by here every day, right? And so you guys have got to be ready for the wine train to come by.
Yeah, so on top of everything else we do tours and tastings and indoor and outdoor. We have cabana seating. We have library room seating.
Right.
The wine train brings us 50 guests a day.
Right.
That we do a walking tour and a little historical discussion, and then we do a tasting with them upstairs.
Right.
So they're here for an hour and 15 minutes, midday every day, and so that's pretty consistent. It's sold out. Right. This tour is generally sold out. 2-3 months in advance. Right,
and that's the Legacy Tour.
The Legacy Tour, correct.
Right, I did, I forget what it was called, the Gourmet Express on the wine train. And that's a shorter trip, but just as much fun. You get wine, you get food. The food was phenomenal. It was terrific.
Yeah, they have a great culinary team.
They really do. It's A-class all the way. And you guys have some summer concerts coming up. Tell us a little bit about that.
So in addition to the Blue Note Jazz Festival, as well as the Blue Note Summer Sessions, we're also home to Festival Napa Valley, which brings 10 days of performing arts, fine arts, ballet, symphonies, operas from around the world.
Oh wow!
One of the coolest ones is Dave Brubeck's kids, the Brubeck sons or Brubeck brothers, doing an Ansel Adams retrospective.
Well, that's kind of cool.
Which is just that's such a cool thing. But we'll have ballet performances, symphony performances. The lineup's pretty spectacular.
Right.
And that's mid-July.
Okay. So it's coming up.
Yeah. So we've got that going on. We just have a number of major things going on the back part of the property, but our core business is still tastings and tours. Being a winery, right?
Oddly enough,
that's what we do at a winery.
Well, it's always so much fun to hang out with you, to find out all the things you guys are doing. And to me, you're such a historical winery in the Napa Valley, which I'm sure a lot of people say that sometimes people don't think of the events, all the events that you guys do. It's just phenomenal how many events you have on your calendar for the summer, right? I mean,
because we can,
right?
But we also want. Well, one of the aspirational statements that we've been living this mantra for the last 5 years is that one of the goals is to become the cultural hub of Napa Valley, and we want to do so through food events, wine events, art endeavors.
And you guys were just voted by somebody I read as like the number one cultural and wine destination in the world, right?
Great wine capitals of the world voted us, and this was a global vote by fans and guests, that we were voted the number one winery in the world for arts and culture.
Wow,
so
that's pretty prestigious.
I was like, that was pretty cool. Yeah. So I'm still waiting for that trip to Barcelona to get the award, but no, it was really cool. It was really something that we did. We were really proud of because that's what we've worked to do. It's like we want to be this, and it's not, and we want to make it really inclusive to all, to all people. So I want to be a lot of things to a lot of different people.
Right.
I'm hoping to get back to our comedy world.
Right.
We used to do monthly comedy shows.
Right.
I'm bringing in a Latin art festival.
Wow.
So there's a lot of really interesting things that we're
right. Well, what I like is you guys try to mix the events where you're kind of reaching everybody's interests. So I think that's probably the way to do it, right?
Yeah, I mean, the important thing, we're still a family-owned winery. It's like that we're into the 4th generation, and the 5th generation was just born.
Right.
Mondavi family. Mondavis are very, very active in the business, and it's fun to bring them on and include them in a lot of these events that we do. So they're totally all in on what we're doing and how we're doing it, and heck, we even just had a country music concert here with Joe Nichols and Mitchell.
Right, I saw that. Yeah. And wow,
that was just like, oh yeah, and we did that too.
Right. So there's nothing that Charles Krug won't do, and I think that's what makes it so interesting. And you have to keep an eye on the website and the socials and see what events you guys have coming up. And
that's
some great events. Well, Jim, thank you so much, and tell everybody what room we're in and what's right behind us.
So this is the fun room. So this is we call it the VSL, the Vintage Selection Library.
Okay.
So it was created because Vintage Selection is it's always our best Cabernet that we make every year. It's a blend typically of 2 of our single best Cabernet vineyards.
Okay.
The VS has the red stripe, and but it just always represents the best Cabernet that we produce from our properties. We're a noted Cabernet house. So behind us is bottles from every vintage since the Mondavi's purchases.
Oh, wow.
Since 1944.
Wow.
So every once in a while, Mondavi will open that room up and something fun comes out of it.
Wow.
So but we have every vintage represented since 1944 in there.
Wow. So it's like going to the library, except you're checking out a wine bottle and not a book.
Yeah, instead of a Library of Congress, it's a Library of Wine. So,
well, a lot of wine history right here at Charles Krug, and you got to check it out. We invite you to make the trip to the Napa Valley, of course, and this is one of your must stops, Charles Krug Winery.
I couldn't agree more with you, Rex.
Okay. Well, cheers.
Yeah, visit our website, charleskrug.com/visit, or check us out on social at Charles Krug Winery.
Right.
Instagram and Facebook.
Right.
Sure. Book a reservation. Come see me. I got wine.
Jim's a popular guy. He's got wine. And we'll see you next time. It's Rex on the Road.